It was a rough patch for you all and for myself as well. But I don't like hybridization in High Isle. So I was working on some kind of a build that is similar to the old patches and etc. Of course, I will give you some alternates for Magicka Templar PvE DPS setup as well, but the main thing is basically sticking to the old builds. So, welcome to my channel. I hope you will have a good time during this, and I will leave some timestamps below in the description down below so you can just check in between the chapters of this video. And if you already give it a subscribe, that's free, and we will start into the video. I really like the map as well, so this is very much a beautiful map if you ask me, but this is kind of somehow feels like small a little bit. Of course I played it with the other character, but this one doesn't have much unlocked, so you may judge me of this. Um, about the video, the build, yes. So we will first off start with the character sheet. We do have 64 into magic with the thief, Mundus stone, and those stats are completely unbuffed. 24.2k health, 26.6k maximum magic, 1.3k Magicka recovery, and 6.3k spell penetration, and some a little bit good resistances. The food that we do use is Orzorga's red Frothgar. It gives us 5.4k health and 500 Magicka recovery for 2 hours. This is very good, and the potion we do use is spell damage, spell crit, and max magic and Magicka recovery basically. So if we do pop up 1, we can see 5.2k spell damage and 1.7k Magicka recovery. This is very sustainable, and this has to be that way anyways. Like the food, for example, the food choice, you may say, why you are not using max health, max Magicka food? You will get more DPS. Actually, not quite right. If you run out the Magicka, it changes from the team to team. Like if your team using, for example, Stone Talker, you know, you can use max out max Magicka food. But if your team optimized, like your trial team that I'm talking about, if your trial team optimized for something else and not giving you much sustain except the master resto stuffs, yeah, you have to go with the Orzhog Red Frothgar, which I'm currently having right now. So, about the gear, we do have Pillar of Nirn double bar, I mean the front bar double hand, daggers with the press size to get more crit, basically 1 poison, 1 flame, and enchant. And what set does is basically doing a bleed damage and bleed damage over time as well, and it will scale off with your weapon or spell damage. So this is also an AoE based set, which is quite fine, and it hits to everyone. On the back bar we have the mighty VMA Inferno stuff with infused as well as Berserker enchantment on it to get more spell damage. Your light and heavy attack steal additional 1.3k damage to enemies in your wall of elements. You may say, yeah, okay, you can do a lot more DPS with the two-handed. Yes, that's here. As you can see, it will also do a bleed damage as well, but I will come into the alternate sets after I present you my setup, okay? So we do have Pillar of Nirn double hand on the front bar. We have VMA Inferno on the back. 3 Jewelry, Pillar of Nirn necklace Of course, if you following me, you will see that I did a video with the blue jewelry and I did very high damage with that. And after this, I actually decided to go with the golden, and I spent some couple of millions to get them done into the gold quality. So yeah, don't judge me on my old video as well. I was kind of broke and was testing the setup, etc, etc. We do have 3 bloodthirsty with 3 spell damage glyph on them. And on the helmet we have light slime crow helmet, divines max magic, you can see, to get a crit chance. And the next set is Parse, chest, shoulder, waist, hand, and the feet. All of them is divines except this one for some reason. Well, I can change, am I? Yeah, transmute, I have it. Yeah, so basically all of them divines and all of them maximum Magicka glyph. Parse gives you 12% as long as you are 12% damage done, as long as you are below 30% your Magicka. Okay, so this is quite cool. You get spell damage, crit chance, 5% more damage in general, and spell damage again. So this is quite good set. Our mythic is the harpooner, is like unchangeable at this point. It's just so powerful. It's a divines and 1 piece medium. We do have the 6 light. Okay, 6 light. And 1 piece medium, max Magicka. And you get basically crit chance and crit damage over time. As long as you are dealing the direct damage, which most of the Templar skills are already direct damage, so like sweep and etc. This is the gear. Alternatively, what you could do, replacing the VMA stuff with the great sword of the VMA on the back bar, and you have to change some skills, of course, and you can opt into the hybridization. So what I mean is I'm not sure if I have any on me. I guess I don't have it. Wait, let me see through the bank. So let's just write down here coral. Oh, I guess I did put this gear into some other class or something, like I'm not sure about this right now. But if we go into this, you can see the coral riptide. As long as you are missing stamina, it increases your weapon and spell damage by up to 740. It is like a Tessian, you know, very close to Tessian, but it is kinda Tessian. So if you want to do hybrid setup, you have to replace Parse with the coral riptide, and it is a medium armor set, keep in mind. For that reason, you can't exactly run you know, like 5-6 medium on your body. I mean, you can, but you have to use 3 jewelry of the coral riptide. Maybe I will do it on another video as well. So you need 3 jewelry of the coral riptide, 2 piece of the body. Yeah. So you will have 2 coral riptide medium, 1 kilt, and this is gonna be 3 medium. You can also change the helmet to medium as well. So you will run 4 medium and 3 light armor and combine with something else. It could be, let's say, Pillar of Nirn, Zogwin, Kinraz, like whatever you want actually, because that sets are kinda doesn't matter too much. There's not much difference in between, and you can just run anything. So that's the coral setup if you want to use it. I will come to that skill alternates as well on the next chapter of this video. because if you're going to change your stuff to greatsword, you need to change some skills behind. Okay. So the skills on the front bar, we do have Radiant Operation to deal 500% more damage to enemies below 50% health, which is quite nice. Camo Hunter to get more spell damage, crit, blah blah, and passives. Barb Trapped to get crit damage and bleed as well. Purifying Light on the fourth skill, it just copies the damage that you do. You can use Power of the Light if you are planning to go with the medium armor setup that I just mentioned. And also Puncturing Sweep, our main spammable, the mighty spammable skill of the Elder Scrolls Online. This is amazing. Like, so if you plan to go into the stamina version and hybrid the build itself that I'm presenting you right now, you have to change Purifying Light to Power of the Light and Puncturing Sweep to Biting Jabs. The ultimate is Flawless Stunbreaker. It deals a good amount of damage and it gives you 300 weapon and spell damage for 20 seconds, which is nice. And you also get a passive as well from the Fighters Guild. Where is that? You get a weapon and spell damage for slotting the ability only. And on our back bar we have Inner Light. On our stuff bar basically, in the Inferno VMA stuff, we have Inner Light to get crit. Unstable Wall of Fire, obviously AoE. Mystic Orb, it deals a good amount of damage, but you are not forced to use that. So the alternate for that is gonna be Ritual of Retribution. This is an AoE damage based skill and the other people can use the synergy to purify themselves and heal as well. So this is kinda fine too. Solar Barrage, doing a little bit AoE damage while buffing your light and heavy attacks by 40%. Oof. And the best damage over time skill in the game, Blazing Spear. Basically doing a lot of damage and you can give some sustain to other people, whoever inside or close to the boss. As an ultimate, we do have a Fury Rage. Oops. Fury Rage, Destruction Stuff ultimate. This is the most hard-hitting ultimate basically in the game, and you can use it if you are running the Destruction Stuff. But so now the alternate, if you are going to use the Greatsword, you're gonna change the Blockade to Stampede and Ritual of Retribution to Carve. Or you can keep the Ritual of Retribution, replace the Inner Light with the Car, and you are very much good to go if you are not running Kinras. Otherwise that's gonna be a pain in the ass, like you can't do it actually. As an ultimate you need a Shooting Star. Sorry guys, you gotta farm those mages books. So you gotta have the Shooting Star ultimate because there's no alternate basically, as you can see. Like, it's the only ultimate that you can run. It's just a Shooting Star and that's it. There's no alternate. It is hitting quite huge. Good anyways. And if we go into our old setup right here, let me go. Wait, I'm just a bit confused. Okay, now and put the Inner Light and the ulti right here. Okay. So the champion points, the most important one. Green, do what you like, literally do whatever you want to do in here. It doesn't matter, like whatever you want to do, just do it. Look what it says and you know, and take it. On the blue one we have Deadly Aim, single target attacks by 6% damage done. Thaumaturge, damage over time effects by 6%. Master at Arms, direct damage attacks by 6% as well. And Biting Aura, increasing your damage done with the AoE attacks by 6%. So those are the nerfed ones if you didn't know. And we are not using Backstabber or Fighting Finesse on this setup because you don't exactly need it, because most of your skills are evolving around those 4 CP. And rest of the things you can get whatever you want to get. I tried, so just saying it, I tried Backstabber and Fighting Finesse in the trial and also in the Parse as well, and there's like for some reason I'm having less damage. I don't know if I replace those with the Backstabber and Fighting Finesse. On the red one, it completely depends because you are also Templar, keep in mind. We have a 1.4k maximum health, boundless vitality here, rejuvenation, more recovery, survival instincts, less combat skill cost, 75% cost reduction. It will reduce the cost. And if we go into here, we have sustained by suffering. It is more recovery, and this is quite nice. If you are on the dummy, basically parsing, you can keep those champion points, and even in the trial or the dungeon, whatever, you can keep those champion points in the red. But if you want to become more useful, you need to sacrifice rejuvenation. So what I mean by, you have to use Spirit Mastery, decrease the time it takes to resurrect an ally by 33% if you are not in the perfect guild or a group, and this comes handy. So assign instead of rejuvenation and you are very much good to go. When you res, you will res people in the lightning speed. This is quite nice, and otherwise you can keep the rejuvenation for yourself, be selfish guy, and that's it. About the, yeah, I guess this is what I'm already covered up a lot of things. I will come to the rotation, it doesn't change much, and I will come also into the Parse as well that I did before in the high isle with the 200. So the damage is more or less the same, but you know, this build purpose is to make you and let you play in the trials that you cannot use the two-handed. What I mean by VHOF, for example, VCR Portal, Dread Sail, VAS, Sanctum, like, or even Hellra, for example. Even on the last boss, you just cannot simply use it. Like in most of the cases, you cannot use the Great Sword. So for that reason, like, this setup is always to go. Like most of the guilds at the moment, asking a Parse with two-handed equipped, but they are letting you in with the Inferno stuff that just doesn't make sense to me. Basically it is just showing them how good you can keep up your rotation and how good you are. And that's why, like, the 200 is up. Not many people using it in the trials still because it is dangerous and it's kind of hard to sustain, but you can do it. Like, it is not rocket science, you can basically do the 200, this is quite easy. And if we go into my friend's house right now, there we are. I'm just going to present you the rotation, so keep up with me. Pop up your potion, drop your Magicka below 30, but I don't have to right now because I'm just gonna show you the rotation of it. Basically, you're gonna put the trap, Destro, and back bar dots, and confront and Purifying Light, sweep, and yeah, let's just go. Okay, trap, ultimate, dots, and Purifying Light, sweep, Purifying the switch bar, put this, just refresh those things, and then trap, and then Purifying again, sweep, Purifying, get the shard, refresh those things, animation cancel this, one sweep, Purifying Light, and one sweep, trap, Purifying Light, blockade, solar, blazing, retribution, sweep, Purifying Light, and keep it up. So if you see, there's no static rotation that I'm using basically I'm putting the skills as they run out, and so for that reason is you know, you need to keep it up. Like the main things that sometimes your skills like trap and purifying light, most of the time purifying light will run out after you go into the back bar and put your dots, come to the front, and it will have like a little time. If you have a little time, sweep them purifying light, and like this for example, you see trap and purifying light going to run out at the same time this time. So when this happens, you put the trap and purifying, go to back, use 4 skills, this, put the purifying, sweep, and then put the purifying again, put your dots, okay, this, when you come front, put trap and purifying at the same time, this time. Every 2 rotation, alright, every 2 rotation, trap and purifying light is going to disappear kinda same time. And on the back bar you literally have to do it all. Like it doesn't matter how many skills you do on the back, basically you can do even 5 skills, this, and then ultimate as well, and come to the front, just purify, you know. Because if you use 4 skills, yeah, like let's say you put purifying, this one, and this one, you have 1 second to sweep and then put purifying back. But if you're gonna put the blockade, solar, ritual, spear and ultimate, when you come front, you will not have any time to 1 more sweep, okay? You immediately straight put purifying light and then sweep, and that's it. So this is what changes if you put 5 skills instead of 4. And the rotation is very much this, literally keeping up your trap. The trap takes a little time, so just keep in mind when you put this on, it doesn't straight affect and gives you the bonus of the crit damage. So what I mean by, if you are doing the damage here and you are on your rotation, okay, it says 2, 1, and then you put the trap and then you refresh. So you have to put the trap beast basically just one second left of it. So if you look at the character arms right now, 1 second left, I put it, and then bang, it just shine again. And you know, like, let's just do it that way. So you see it shines. Let me show it again. After 1 second it shines, you see. So for that reason, if you wanna get 100% uptime on the trap, you are gonna put the trap just before it completely runs out, like at least 1 second, like right now. Just put this and you will have the trap beast benefits the whole time on you, and this is it. The execute phase is the same. Like I was always doing a phase by phase execute, but in this one I will say, like, just keep the things up. Like I did try it and it just works kind of fine. So while you are in the execute, you are basically replacing the punching sweep with the radiant operation right here. And what I mean by, you're just gonna keep the trap, purifying, blockade, blazing, and ritual, and then just operation and purifying, refresh to purifying. This one, and do it again. It doesn't matter if the skill run out of the deck. And this one, and do radiant operation. As long as you are getting closer to the execute, literally you have to drop the ritual of retribution as well, and you gotta drop the solar barrage too, and just keep up the blockade, spear, trap, and purifying, and this is it. And then just straight use the radiant operation. go back, do this. If you have ulti, just drop. And radiant operation, one more, and because one more, now put the trap, this, and then do it again, refresh the purifying, and do this, and then purifying, blockade, spear, this one, refresh, and also refresh the trap, and again, and then purifying, blockade, blazing. At some point, if you use the Destro ulti and you are on the front, just boom, drop the Dawnbreaker and basically keep the damage. So this is what the dynamic rotation, basically. This is how it is. Of course, also keep up the light attacks and every stuff as well. You don't have to worry too much about your Magicka. Okay, as an extra of the miscellaneous info about the setup, alright? The solar barrage that you are dropping in the execute, that giving you buff for the light attacks, doesn't matter much at the execute, because from the radiant operation you are gonna deal very high DPS, okay? And the loss damage is not really matter at that point, because you are replacing the loss damage with the radiant operation. Why I don't drop the purifying light is actually hitting quite hard. If you look this up right now, and it is gonna blow 50k, boom, easy. Every 6 seconds it is like 50k alone, by the way, and in trial it will hit way more harder, obviously. Keep the trap up the whole time. You can drop the Ritual of Retribution. It is hitting quite fine, the damage over time, as you can see, just like right here. It is fine, like, you know, but you can drop it. You can literally drop it, because it is costing you a lot, Magicka, a lot. For this reason, that I am replacing the Ritual of Retribution and keeping up the Purifying Light, because it is kind of the same damage output. Yeah. That's why, and it costs less Magicka, basically. It's like 4 or 5% of your Magicka pool if you have the exact same setup like me, like having a 28, 25, 26k maximum magic. And yeah, sorry, my sound. Whoosh. So this is the rotation. I have a DPS Parse with the 200 actually, that you can see. I will drop. You can just look it up on the top right corner of the screen, just right there, and I will leave the link down in the description, and also I will put gameplay video after this as well during the trial, how the setup performs in the trial. So the trial is going to be VHOF TikTok Tormentor proc. So you can see the setup itself, the exact same setup though, the stuff and everything, like the exact same setup. And I did some portal and stuff, but yeah, you can see it. It is exactly the setup that I want you to use it. So just spread this video, give thumbs up, like, subscribe, and join the channel as a member. I'm gonna use money to fund the equipment that I need for being a content creator, basically. Get a new equipment, new microphone, which I needed currently, and a new PC, because mine kinda getting broken right now. So yeah, keep in mind, and every bit of it helps. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.